What's going on, everyone? This is Ala Alarashi, and in this video, I'm looking at what's Fred VanVleet's ceiling, who does he play similar to, what can he reach in terms of potential. The first person that I remember him playing similar to is Jamar Nelson. I mean, the stats are not necessarily the same. Jamar Nelson was playing with Dwight Howard as well, and people forget how good Jamar Nelson was. He was 6 feet tall as well. I think they listed him at 5'11 to 6'1 every now and then. But a lot of the game that Jamar Nelson has, you can see Fred VanVleet playing like. And in these highlights, you can see that he has some of what Fred VanVleet has in terms of play, except for athleticism. Jamar Nelson, in that highlight, you see him dunking. But Jamar Nelson had Dwight Howard to play off of. He was a master in terms of pick and roll, that two-man game. And they took they took the Orlando Magic, him and Dwight Howard, to the finals. So that was very impressive in that sense. I could see Fred VanVleet playing a similar role if he takes on that task of playmaking and he continues to play in that manner. He already has those traits, and he's probably surpassed Jamar Nelson in terms of scoring ability and passing ability, and probably even defensively he's a lot better than Jamar Nelson. But it is something that's worth comparing. Now, this next comparison, people are probably going to torture me for this, but does he have some kind of Iverson in his game? Probably not. He's not the most Iverson-like. However, what Iverson had was that tenacity in terms of play, and he was very aggressive in terms of defensively, going in for steals. And Fred VanVleet led the league in this early in the season in terms of deflection and steals. He was right there with his teammate Gary Trent Jr. as well. But what we can see from Fred VanVleet that's similar to Iverson was the tenacity for the game, the love for the game, and you could tell he was always out there to prove something. Iverson was another player that was short in stature, and Fred VanVleet probably won't reach what Iverson got to, because Iverson led his team almost to a championship against the Lakers, and that's what you see here in these highlights. But what I like from Fred VanVleet is that he can obviously score off the bounce, off the shot, and he can create his own shot every now and then when he needs to. He can shoot the three a lot better. Now, a more reasonable or more of a comparison that makes sense is Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry's days with Toronto, and I kind of took his stats in terms of averages with the Toronto Raptors. His experience with the Raptors is right there with what Fred VanVleet is averaging right now as part of the Raptors. I think Kyle Lowry defensively was a little bit better, and his IQ was a little bit better. He had, and if you guys don't remember, Kyle Lowry early in his years with Toronto and playing alongside DeRozan, they were a great 1-2 punch. And Lowry had the tenacity and also the aggressiveness, both offensively and defensively. He was on the right spot in the right time. VanVleet plays a lot like him, and it makes sense because they were former teammates, and a lot of the play that Lowry was had in the as a Raptor kind of rubbed off to Fred VanVleet, which makes sense, and that's what you would want from a veteran leader as part of the team. And so that's what I see from Fred VanVleet. But from all these three here, I think he has like a combination of all these three in terms of little bits and pieces. He's most like Kyle Lowry. Some have said that he's probably reached his peak. VanVleet himself has said after this season that he went from underrated in the beginning of his career, because obviously he was undrafted, to now it seems like he thinks himself that he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated necessarily, but has he reached his peak? Maybe. What can he improve on? There's some things that he can improve on. His decision making early in the season wasn't that great, because I think he felt forced that he needed to be that go-to guy, especially with Siakam out in the beginning of the season. So that could definitely improve his IQ for the game. I think he'll get there. He's, I think, 28 years old now. He'll figure that out. But also, I think what he can work on is just that playmaking ability. If he focuses on being a playmaker, he'll probably be able to serve the team a lot better, and then his shots will fall because it'll come back natural to him. I think for Fred VanVleet, there's nothing really to expect from him in terms of past the abilities that he already has. His athletic ability is not going to improve, obviously, and his size is not going to improve. So those are two areas that were criticisms of his when he was coming into the league. That won't improve, but he can also work on other things, and that's what we're probably looking forward to, as well as fans, as well as probably the Raptors organization, and maybe filling in players that can work alongside with him, that will fit well with him, and not having to force him to play 42, 43 minutes a game every night, because that's where he broke down and wasn't even able to be available in the playoffs. So let's look forward to VanVleet hopefully being a lot better than what he is now. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think VanVleet plays a lot like, and what is his ceiling? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and check out the other videos on this channel, and let me know if I should do more of these with the other starters of the Raptors team and other players on the Raptors.